Okay, good morning. I was looking forward to hanging out with you a little bit. So, welcome to the makeup table. I haven't done any videos, any shorts for the out of my office lately. Maybe I'll do something this next week. We'll see. So, what I want to talk about today is letting go of past trauma type narrow pathway behaviors. Part of part of trauma work is challenging, especially this feels so good. I've had these, I don't usually get headaches, but I've had a lot of sinus issues for months now. The allergies here are just crazy. A lot of people have them. I'm not the only one. So I know I don't have sinus cancer. That's where my brain can go. If I have a headache 3 days in a row, I think I have brain cancer. That's just how my brain works. But I'm okay. I'm doing better with that. But anyway, so once we do the work and we recognize we can get off that sharpest edge of trauma, one of the things that we start to look at then is how our brain will go to the negative, how our brain can go to worrisome. And it's usually over things that we absolutely have no control over. That's not going to be all that bad. It's just we're used to worrying. So if you don't recognize the truth that you don't have to worry, and most of the time when we worry, it's not something that even has anything to do with us. It has to do with other people's behavior or other people's consequences. And sometimes it's just floating worry. It has nothing to do with anything. It's like waiting for the other shoe to drop, which can be exhausting, right? I'm going to probably be out in the rain a little bit today, so I'm going to use, instead of using powder, I'm going to use my brow mascara and hope that it's a little more waterproof than powder. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Something I experienced this last couple weeks. I don't know if you've noticed that my sweet dog Frankie has not been in the frame. He's usually right back here trying to get my attention, right? I know, I miss him too. So it's okay to miss my dog, but it's not okay, or anybody, but it's not okay to miss out on my life because I'm missing my dog. And I love my dog. But I can be sweet about it. I can joke about it. I can be dramatic about it. But that feels a lot better than worrying and worrying. I know where he's at. I sent him to puppy camp because he scared one of my neighbors because he went running out the front door when I went to go check the mail. And I wasn't, rarely do I do this, but I wasn't going to take him with me. I just want to run out there real quick and right back. It was cold out and I didn't want to mess with it. And I knew that I'd feel guilty if I took him out there and didn't take him for a walk. So, scared the bejesus out of her. And my son saw it, and he was all been out of shape because I embarrassed him by my dog's behavior, and was like, one of these days the county's going to come take that dog. Trying to make that other lady feel better too. So she knew she wasn't alone in her terror, picking up her dog and having to be afraid for her dog's life, because my dog is just the sweetest thing. And then it gets around these other dogs and it's just, or sees them. Like, he's friendly once he gets to know them up close. And he's easy to train, but I just couldn't stop him from running out that door. So I took him to puppy camp for 2 weeks. I regretted it on day 3, but it was so expensive. I didn't want to go get him. And I knew that they could train him in a way that I couldn't and didn't have time for, because I work full time. And I have other responsibilities that take time where I can't be outside and I can't focus on him like training requires. Does that make sense? Okay, so in the old days, I would have been worrying and fretting about, should I go get him? Should I not? Should I go get him? Should I not? And then I would be talking about it all day long and driving everybody crazy. And then, you're never going to believe this. I don't know why. I hardly ever get on Facebook. Once in a while I'll post something and then I won't even follow through and check on my friends. I'm just so lazy with all that, because it's usually memes that I've seen before, or just kind of interrupts my day, because I'll get lost on it for 2 hours. Stalking everybody I know takes time. I don't know if they call it stalking, but that's how it feels. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you what happened. And this is, it could have been triggering to me in the old days. But here's what happened. So I'm looking on Facebook, and I'm a member of a whole bunch of dog societies. And let me use this. And a dog that looks just like Frankie came up in our local Humane Society Lost and Found advertisement. Looked just like him, except, you know where he has the white on his paws? It didn't have all the black spots, all the little black spots on it. But when I first saw it, I mean, head shape perfect. Most of the color was in the right place for him. And my heart stopped. And then I took a breath, because here's where worry can get you all upset. I would have been inflamed. I would have raced down there, probably got a speeding ticket, alarmed everyone in my path, and got in there and acted like a not very mature person trying to get my baby back. And who knows what that poor dog company that's training my dog would have had to go through with me, because I can be a mama bear. I have been in the past. Anyway, so what did I do instead? Because I've been practicing it. Oh my goodness, I just smeared lipstick all over my lips like I didn't know what I was doing. Got it. So, I was able to catch that alert that my body gave me, a fairly strong alert, but I've been working on this for a long time. And then I was able to calm down and know, okay, first things first, right? First things first. Calm down, take a breath, first things first. Obviously, he's safe. Obviously, he has a chip in him. He's caught up on his shots. I know that if they're advertising him, then he wasn't in an accident and hurt. He looked like a perfectly healthy dog, right? So, okay, there's, now, that's what I was looking for. Oh, I didn't know I put that in there. Found it. So, I was able to calm down, and then I was able to see the picture more clearly. So it was like, okay, calm down, touch something, breathe, and then think of logic. Think of the next reasonable thing, right? And so then a day or two later, you know, I was already, that was day 2 or 3 of him being gone. So that was too bad. And then I started missing him in my daily routine. And you can say this for any relationship that breaks up or has to separate for something. I missed him in my daily routine. And so that meant I had to make some adjustments. And then I had to tell myself, well, now I don't have to get right out of bed and take him for a little walk. I can lay here and sip my coffee a little longer before I get out of bed. Isn't that nice? And gave myself that feedback. And then when I would worry about him being somewhere he's not used to, I was able to remind myself that he's getting training that's not just going to please my neighbors. It's going to help him not get stressed out when I'm yelling and screaming going down the street trying to call him back, because he doesn't like it when I'm not happy. So this is going to be good for both of us, not just me and the neighbors. It'll be good for him too. That's the truth. So I can tell you it didn't feel like worry once I realized, oh, I'm doing pretty good at this not worrying thing. Isn't that nice that I can do that? So when you change your behavior, you get to give yourself a little pat on the back. It's not that you don't care. It's that you have things in perspective. That's all. You just have things in perspective. Because I'm going to be outside in the rain, I'm not going to put so much makeup on that it's going to drip down my face. But I did probably put a little more eyeshadow on than I should have. But it's habit. Okay, and this mascara is a little more waterproof than this one. Okay, so when you get through something that you would normally worry about, you know, once you're able to stop it, touch something, take a breath, take a drink of water, let go, and then do the next right thing, right? Sometimes you just gotta take care of life. Get on with the next right thing. And sometimes you gotta cry about it. Let it go. We're human emotions. We can cry that we're sad, that we know someone we love is going down the wrong journey. That's sad. But to worry means we're taking ourselves down with them. And that's not fair. It doesn't mean you love them more when you make yourself sick. And it seems like some people think that that's true. But if you think about it, what it shows is, and this is going to be hard to hear, but what it shows is you're being a role model that shows them that worrying about someone else is worth killing yourself. Because worry, that kind of stress, that anxiety, that worry, that's where the heart attacks come from. That's where the strokes come from. That's where cancer comes from. Do the research. I have. Oh, yeah. That's true. Not everybody that has those are extensive worriers. Some of them, you know, it's hereditary. But most of the time, Heart disease is caused by stress. Most diseases are. That's why it's called dis-ease. Yeah, how about that? So, okay, so now I won't scare my neighbors too bad. So I'm going to go pick up my puppy today, and they're going to spend an hour or two training me how to keep his training up so that he stays on track and doesn't lose the things that they've taught him. So excited. So once again, we're talking about how stressed you let yourself be, where your value is, right? We can worry and stress, but at some point, if we can reduce it by keeping busy, by taking the steps to relax, breathe, water, touch something, crochet, go for a walk, things like that. These aren't unusual behaviors that help us relax. It's common knowledge with healthcare professionals. They sound so simple, but they're not easy to do when you're depressed, anxious, worried. So sometimes we have to force ourselves. And that's something a lot of people don't want to do when they're anxious, worried, and depressed. They don't want to do that extra push, but sometimes you have to. How hard are you willing to fight for someone else? Worry and call and go run errands for them, or go hunt them down, or go bail them out of something they're involved in, right? That's a lot of energy. Could you just take some of that for yourself? To force yourself to help keep yourself from drowning in all those brain hormones that cause your body to experience the stress. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. As long as I've been practicing self-care, I still have not slept very well in 2 weeks. I had a couple good nights sleep because I stayed up so late. I finally just kind of passed out, to be honest with you. But when I tried to go to bed early or on time, I just tossed and turned, and it was weird not having him there. So I'd get up because laying there missing him wasn't helpful. So I got up and watched some Golden Girls. What else came on after Golden Girls? Because I was up late. I think then it was Frasier. I forgot how much I enjoyed those shows. They're just comfort shows from when I was young. So that's it. As you go through your day to day, if you're enjoying not being a worrier or having anxiety, if it's something you've experienced and conquered, or you're doing better at it, like I am, I haven't conquered it, but I'm doing better, then give yourself a little pat on the back, because that's a big deal. That means you renegotiated your neural pathways. That's a big deal. I know, I'm so excited. I love that topic about changing neural pathways for the betterment of your mental health. Not everybody can do it, so hurrah for you. And if you haven't been able to do much in that area, put up your dukes and give it some more try. Give it some more try. There are ways. Google it. There are ways to busy yourself with productive things. They don't have to earn money or make you look good in front of other people that you're a hard worker. Sometimes it's just picking some alone time, when you have some privacy, and turn on your favorite music and dancing your heart out for 5 minutes. All right. Excuse me. I love you. I'm going to get ready to go get my puppy. Have a great day. Bye for now.